here, Ruben, we okay? There we go. Well, good afternoon. Thanks so much for coming out. I'm sure you didn't come for the cookies because they're pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, and there will not be any left by the time you get to them. So, now, this is one of the first time that we've done this. Before we tried to do it over in the cafe, and it was okay, but Heather felt that it'd be a whole lot easier to microphone-wise for us to do it here. And so we were very supportive of that idea. Well, we have a number of special artists for this time. Our first one, now there's a special guest. No, it's not George. It's Amy Durr. Now, Amy, you'll see out the pictures and sketches she's done is amazing. Amy's a familiar face to many of us as she is the SMH Communications and Support Specialist. This includes many of the behind-the-scenes things that happen that you get that you don't know who did them. Well, it's usually Amy, as well as taking care of our Summit News that we get each month, and the in-house TV and portal news. And as she says in her little thing that she sent me, wherever they need help, I'm willing to do it. So it's great to have staff people like Amy. So Amy was born out in Lebanon, Pennsylvania, but grew up mostly in Hamburg. Where's Ham? Is that on 61? Yeah, okay. Route 61 if you've ever been out that way. While attending a Christian school self-paced program, she was able to select art as a special interest. She had doodled some and enjoyed it so much. In fact, her caricature of the Philly Fanatic won her Hershey Park tickets at the age of 10. So I think unbelievable accomplishment to me. That started her love for drawing portraits of various subjects, as you can see from the exhibit that we have out here. Her specialties are people and pets. You'll see that the expressions she is able to put on animals, to me, is very amazing. It's just not a straight, I was just talking to somebody this morning about it. They were saying, if you notice, they have an expression, and it's just not just a straight kind of look. So take a look at that one. When asked why she enjoys drawing, she shared she enjoys the creativity of a blank sheet of paper and transforming it, as well as she finds it very relaxing. And Amy's married to Steve, as many of us know him, for 31 years, and moved her mom over to Harleysville area after her father's passing so she could be close to them. We deeply appreciate Amy sharing her life with us, her art. It's amazing the creativity and abilities that so many of our support staff have. We're just sort of trying to unearth those a little bit. So in just a minute, we'll have Amy. She can talk a little about, not up here unless you want to. She'll be available over by the pictures to answer any questions. There's a special one that has, when I saw it, that became my favorite right away. At the very end is a picture of an eye with a thumb wiping away a tear. And she has Proverbs, is it 29? I forget that. Is it Revelation? Yeah, it would be Revelation, yeah. A Revelation verse where it says, and God will be wiping away all the tears. It's a wonderful picture. And do you have a favorite that's up there yourself? No? Oh, I thought you'd say the one about George. George is up there. Yes. So George is everywhere. So that's great. Well, out here, we have in our display cabinet, and a lot of people miss these, the cabinet. Does everybody know that the cabinet's out here? Okay. Take some time to look at that, because we usually sort of honor 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 artists that are able to put a piece of their artwork in there. Our first one is Will Oliver. Now, he didn't build these or make these, but he has unbelievable pictures of what he loved when he was growing up. And they are a motorcycle, a truck, and 2 cars. They are immaculate condition out there, so make sure you take a look at those. Also, Doris Gottschall has some pieces out there that she made during Living You. Now, I was just asking Doris about how long was it, and she said around, she's guessing maybe 5 years ago. They have classes that you can sign up for, and she went over to Doc and took the class. And she made these, and those pieces say is that you're never too old to try. And so as different opportunities come up during the year that we have, the art committee will try to put together some classes. Libby does her paper class. I've tried some shear and snitted things. As we put out things for SMH, we want you to take advantage of those and try to learn, because you're never too old to learn, and you never can tell. You may get into something that you thoroughly enjoy. Annetta Durstein is out there. Annetta worked for the school district for years, and her thing is, this one is counted cross-stitch, tiny. I ate a cloth. I can't even do that small. I mean, it's, but there's different size gauges you can do, but she has a tiny one out there, and she if you ever walk by the quilting room, it's Annetta is one of the women that are up there still quilting away. So you can maybe even learn how to knot if you don't know how to do the quilting kinds of things they do. So there's opportunities there. And let's see, who else is on there? Libby Musselman has a couple pieces there, 2 from college when she was in college, and 2 since that point. And just great artwork there. And who is the other one? Carol Eels. You look at Carol Eels, the critters. All these pieces were made with natural objects, things that you'd find in nature, and then made these clever little animals and people and things, really quite unique. So take some time and look at the display case out in the lobby for us. By the way, last display, I don't know how many of you saw that. There was, I'm still amazed by it. There was a granddaughter, Libby, who was that? That made the Connects flowers. Charlotte? Okay, Charlotte's granddaughter, right, Charlotte? Yeah. They were amazing. I had never seen anything like it, and you couldn't even tell that they weren't real. So we try to have different kinds of folks sharing their artistic abilities, and today we continue on with Amy. Just one thing, Amy. Where did you feel that you really were? I have some skill in doing artwork. Back when you were 10, or what? Or
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Probably 15, 16.
Yeah.
Never did anything with it.
Right. Just sort of as a hobby, fun kind of thing. Yeah. Well, it's we deeply appreciate you sharing it with us, and sharing George too. I mean, that's good. Okay, so if you'd like to go over to the art gallery, Amy will be over there for any questions, and Annetta and Doris is here, Will's here. Ask them about the cars and trucks and things. Let's see who else. I don't know whether Carol's able to be here today. I don't think so. Thanks so much for coming today, and just refreshments are in the back. Libby will be here, so you can ask her any questions about the art committee, or if you'd like to help out in any way. So thanks so much for coming.
I'll say a little bit.
Use that or the other ones, whatever you want.
All right. So yes, I'm nervous. But I wanted to show this one picture. My mom was the school secretary, and so we were always at school with Mom. And the one day I was sitting and our school was in our church, so I was sitting up in the auditorium, and it was like empty, nobody was there. And I said, "Can I have a pen and a piece of scrap paper?" So I went and She gave me this piece of scrap paper, and I drew this iris with a Bic pen, and she loves this picture, but on the back is still this scrap paper. But she's always had this hanging in her dining room that I can remember. So, but I didn't want to frame it out there because you can see the words through the picture, so. But this was always my mom's favorite. I don't know what else to say other than that, but people don't, like when I do my drawings, it's weird, but I'm most comfortable laying on my stomach, doing my drawings in front of me on the floor.
And you still do your drawings? How often do you draw?
Sometimes I don't do it for like months at a time, and then I'll get into doing a whole lot at one time. So it just comes and goes.
Are there any questions that you'd like to ask? Just say, let me.
Amy, we'd like to know how you got started with George.
So George, Steve and I were on vacation, and we went to a Christmas tree shop outside of Atlantic City, and I saw him, and I always loved monkeys. I always loved Curious George. And I was like, oh, I'll just let him here. Then the next morning I woke up, I'm like, I'm going over there and buying that monkey. And he's like, why? And I was like, because I think he's cute. So then I brought him home, and I just had him in my office for whatever. And then, and then when COVID came, when residents weren't allowed to get out and do anything, I'm like, well, I'll take George out and photograph him at different places and then put it on the TV and see if people could identify where he was at. So then he just became George, out and about with George, and people would take the little George. Colin's taken George to Virginia, the Blue Ridge Mountains, so yeah.
I remember when I did Dr. Bubbles. He got into the bubble.
I did have him at home. I was taking him home for something, and I pulled him out of the car, and his face hit a tree branch that had some dirt on it, so now he has a dirty muzzle there, so. But I don't want to try and get it clean because I'm afraid I'll ruin him, so.
Other questions? Yeah.
Does he have a Phillies shirt and an Eagles shirt?
No. I could arrange that.
That'd be good. That'd be
Yeah, I'll have to get him one.
What size does he take?
Probably like a 3X. Well, I have to get it over that big head, unless it's a button up.
Yeah.
But T-shirts are really, I have to really stretch to get over his big head.
What kind of, in your drawings, what do you use to do your drawings? Any special kind of pencil or?
Just the HB, or even just the regular number 2 pencil you would use in school.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of eraser.
Yeah.
And then I would send the pictures to my mom and my sister, and they're like, oh, that nose doesn't look right. Something's wrong with the eyes. So then I'd redo it and send it back, and
Wow.
so they would critique
Critique
me.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Other questions? Okay, well, thanks again so much for coming. Thanks, Amy, for sharing
Sure.
your skills with us. And let's adjourn over to the exhibit area, and Amy will be over there, and you can ask her any other questions, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amy.
Thanks.